senior, number 5, Tyler Kromendijk. For your Jaguars, at guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 4, Isaac Feller. For the Stars, at guard, a 6' senior, number 10, Isaac Tollefson. For your Jaguars, at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 21, Jack Sawyer. For the Stars, at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Braden Beckering. For your Jaguars, starting at forward, a 6'4" senior, number 25, Josh Drollinger. For the Stars, starting at wing, a 6'6" senior, number 24, Gavin Armitage. For the Jaguars, at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 23, Tommy Rowland. And rounding out the starting lineups, for the Stars of Southwest Christian, at guard, a 6'4" junior, number 32, Jack Burke. And for your Jaguars, at forward, he stands 6'7". He's a senior, number 40, Luke Tonin. The Stars are coached by David Flom, assisted by Dana Coleman, Isaac Williams, Matt Leith, Isaac Velgersdijk, and Dennis Flom. Jaguars are coached by Jeff Evans, assisted by Jim Williams, Neil Mortland, Brian Sikora, Mikey Evans, and Sam Wanzik. Statisticians and managers for tonight's game, Addie Williams and Lilia Ledesma. Your officials for tonight's contest, Tony Day, Todd Holtz, and Jason Berg. And last but not least, the bench buddies, Max Hagstrom, Lucas Bovey, Joshua Colioso, and Owen Letterman.
All right, so we are ready to go. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Hall of Recognition night. First of 2 Hall of Recognition night. We'll have that at halftime here. Jefferson and Southwest Christian just underway. The Jaguars in the Columbia blue, Southwest Christian in the home white. Steve Hill and Al Hutchinson to be recognized at the half, joining the Hall of Recognition. We'll have another one on February 18th against Waconia. Jefferson 3-5, Southwest Christian 1-4 as that three-point rattles in and out from Isaac Tollefson. And the Jaguars with their first offensive possession. Should be a good matchup here. Southwest Christian only 1-4, but a couple of close losses, including one to Waconia, who is in the Metro West along with Jefferson. There's the first bucket. It's Josh Drollinger, the senior on the inside. Jefferson led in scoring by Marcus Horton, but not in the starting lineup tonight for Jefferson. Southwest Christian coming off their first win against Minnehaha Academy by 12. An impressive showing there. And into getting their first basket, number 32, Jack Burke, junior for them. Second leading scorer, averaging 12.2 points per game. Three-pointer, Isaac Feller, their second leading scorer, comes up just a little bit short. Feller, outstanding sophomore for Jefferson. Number 4 in Columbia blue. Another three, again by Burke. This one no good. And the rebound one and done for the Jaguars. Southwest Christian also has a close loss to Becker by 4. They also played Hopkins. Now, it did not go well against the Royals, losing by 46, but that won't be the only team to lose by 40 plus against the Royals this year. Meanwhile, a travel on Jefferson's tallest player, number 40, Luke Thonin at 6'7". One of 7 seniors for Jefferson. Of course, the Jaguars led by Jeff Evans, longtime head coach, just one of 2 coaches in 50-plus years of Jaguar basketball, the other his father. And on the other side, a new coach for Southwest Christian, but a familiar name, David Flom, who spent 17 years at Eden Prairie, the head coach for Southwest Christian. And he likes that teardrop from Tyler Kromendijk, one of their seniors for 2. And the Stars have their first lead. Sawyer boxed in on a double team, but a first foul of the game called on the Stars. It's on Isaac Tollefson, so Drollinger will inbound. Into Feller, averaging 14.2 points per game this year for Jefferson, only behind Horton at 17.8. Feller off a curl into the elbow, and the shot a little bit too far to the right, but a loose ball rebound picked up by Tommy Rowland, who had a great second half against Kennedy. In our other Jaguar game we covered this year, in a victory for Jefferson, getting his first two. And on the other end, the first Jaguar foul of the game will send the Stars to the free throw line. So Flom taking over. Some controversy there at Eden Prairie. Now you can Google it. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but there was some controversy at the end of those 17 years back last year for David Flom. But obviously some great success at EP during his long tenure there, and now taking over at Southwest Christian. And one of two for Kromendijk. 5-4 lead for Southwest Christian. They come with another double team. Jefferson gets it out of there quickly. Space down the lane for Rowland off the glass. Count it, and a foul for Tommy Rowland. Beautiful move, back-to-back baskets withstanding the contact there for Rowland. Averaging just 6 points per game this year, but he had a big double-figure night in Jefferson's comeback victory over Kennedy earlier this year, 67-61, completing the three-point play. So the Jaguars back with the lead early here on Hall of Recognition night. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Nearly a steal for Braylon Kelly-Taylor. First Jaguar off the bench. Number 3 in Columbia Blue. Harassing on defense right now. Still 15 on the clock as it's dribbled off of Drollinger and out of play. Braden Beckering to inbound for the visitors. The leading scorer for the Stars at 15.6 points per game there, wearing number 11. At 6'3", one of their guards. He's on the move now, baseline. They kick it around. Kromendijk down the lane from the wing with 3 on the clock. No good, and the rebound up for grabs. And a jump ball will give it back to the Jaguars. There's a good battle there. Rowland diving in late to secure the jump ball. As Jack Sawyer will inbound. He's the third Jaguar in double figures on the season. Sawyer averaging 12.3 points per game this year, number 21 for the Jaguars. Another senior and a captain. Here is Sawyer. Step back of the free throw line, and it will carry him out of play. Jefferson has 3 wins. Holy Angels in the opener, Kennedy, and then Forest Lake by almost 30 back before the last week of December. That was in the Hastings High School tournament. They lost to Hastings in the final there by 7, as we have an injured Jaguar, Drollinger, off of a make from Kromendijk. So Lateef Squires in for Jefferson, another senior out of their 7, number 10. Still no Marcus Horton. I see him on the bench right there. Don't see any braces or equipment on him, and he's not in street clothes. We'll see if we see Horton at some point. Rowland off the window, a little bit too strong. as they battle for it, and it's taken down by the tallest Stars player, Jed Street, at 6'6", number 25, who's checked in. Beckering off a high screen. Finds Street. Drop it down low for Kromendijk, but a turnover back to the Jaguars. Would certainly be a big loss if Marcus Horton is unable to go in this one for whatever reason. Especially offensively for the Jaguars. Rowland picked up his dribble. Nice pass, though, to Sawyer, who scoops it in. First bucket for Jack Sawyer. Good vision there from Rowland. And also Squires had the presence to let that one go, sensing that was probably a little too high to beat for him. Steve, probably not his cup of tea, working extended past the three-point line, looking for options, clock under 10. Kromendijk needs to make a move. He will go baseline and getting bailed out with a foul on the baseline from Kelly Taylor with just 2 on the shot clock on the reach in there. Clock will reset to 20. Both teams with 2 team fouls here in the early going. Jack Burke trying to back down Sawyer, does whistle, and a foul. He will shoot 2. Southwest Christian, if you're not sure where that is, it's in Chaska, very near Chaska High School, just to the west of Chaska High School, off of 212. So they may be not too long of a drive east here to Bloomington, as it's put in by Burke. .2 points per game, second leading scorer for them. Tollefson also in double figures with Beckering. Kromendijk not far behind, so those are their 4 primary offensive weapons. Squires to the wing, Kelly Taylor, contact, he gets it back, then tumbles. Got rid of it though. Feller kicks it out. Extra pass, Sawyer, three-pointer, just short from the corner. Burke the rebound. Burke picked up his dribble, tried to drop it down low. Squires got a hand on it, but couldn't secure the turnover. Burke again, really tough fadeaway. Great defense from Rowland to force that one. As it's kicked off of Street and out of play. And a timeout taken by David Flom. 11:03 remaining first half, tied at 9. The Jaguars and the Stars. Again, coming up at half, we will have the Hall of Recognition. Steve Hill, class of 1983. He was a member of the 82 state championship team. And Al Hutchinson, class of 1976, part of the 1975 championship team. Those 2 men will be recognized at the half. Both have resided in Minnesota. One in Victoria, one in Bloomington. Be fun to see those 2 recognized. Part of the great Jefferson basketball history, especially in that era, the 70s and the 80s. Part of some tremendous teams and big contributors to those teams. Certainly worthy to be recognized in that Hall of Recognition. Again, we'll have that coming up at halftime. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Good first half. Jefferson so far without leading scorer Marcus Horton and is near 18 points per game. Lateef Squires thinking about a 3. Instead he'll dump it down. Sawyer, a lot of contact there. Possibly a block shot, but the ball stayed in play, picked up by the Stars. Beckering, no points for him so far. From the corner, a three-pointer for Streed. First three of the game from either side, and it gives Southwest Christian the lead. Squires had it poked away. Street comes up with the ball. In transition, the Stars. Beckering from the wing, well short. Little hesitation on that one. You see all the diving here early on. Great effort by both sides on some of these loose balls. On the drive, Tollefson to the bucket, no, and a push off from behind will wipe away this basket. Adam Dye is going to get called with the push off right there. You can see it on Isaac Feller. Good call, and it will take away the basket. For Jefferson, Thonen back in, and also in for the first time, Gus Volmuth, number 15, sophomore for the Jaguars, averaging 2 points per game. He's only scored once this season. Has it now extended beyond the three-point line. On the post-up, Squires will fire, no good, and the rebound to Burke. And a wild pass, way out of play by Burke. Way too tall for Gavin Armitage. And he's listed at 6'6". Now he looks about 3 inches shorter than Streed, who they also list at 6'6", but nonetheless, that pass way too high and out of play. Approaching the midway point of the first half in a 3-point Southwest Christian lead as this game has gone back and forth here in the early going. Feller looking for his first three-pointer, and he's got it. Isaac Feller with the first Jaguar three of the game. And if Horton not able to go tonight, they could really use a few more of those from Feller in this game. Beckering been guarded well by Kelly Taylor here in the first half. Sends it over to Burke. Drives around Thonen, kick it to Streed. He will drive. Another kick, they reverse it around. Beckering launches. His three is short. Ooh, and a hard foul. I think this is gonna be on Gus Volmuth, who just, now he got pushed by Armitage. Not really his fault, he undercut the Stars player there, but you could also see why the officials called the foul, and maybe they didn't see that first push on Armitage. You saw it there on the replay. Good to see that Street is okay, as that was a hard fall. Street does come out. Here's Burke, way too strong on the three, and Kelly Taylor on the rebound. Tied at 12. High screen for Kelly Taylor down the lane, and a travel. A little bit of a drag of that pivot foot from Kelly Taylor to get in better position for that pass. Back in for Jefferson Rowland. Replacing Thonen. Burke, he got caught a little bit too deep on that drive. And another turnover. Jefferson, of course, in the Metro West, they have not played a league game yet. Nobody has. Benilde right now, the best record, a perfect 7-0. Rest of the teams, much like Jefferson, right at 500 or a little above or below. That's where Jefferson's at right now at 3-5. Squires for three. First points for Lateef Squires, averaging 7 points per game. Beckering, again, tough defense from Kelly Taylor. Tollefson way in the air, and the result is a bad pass, again too high. So good defense from Jefferson. You see Feller flying in there. Certainly looked like he affected that pass. Sawyer back in. Sawyer will drive left-handed floater, no good, but he chased down his own. Rebound, got it off the window, and the foul. Great hustle play from Sawyer. You see there, he knew that was off right away, kept after it, beat the Stars player to the rebound. The finish and the foul is the reward for Sawyer. Great individual effort from Jack. Largest lead for Jefferson as well right now at 5, could be 6 after the free throw. Something we saw Jefferson do very well. Of course, we jinx him here, but a Feller rebound putback and a 4-point possession. So now a 7-point lead for Jefferson. They've scored the last 7 and a travel. Actually, no, it's a foul. Excuse me, Tyler Kromendijk instead of a travel, a foul. And David Flom wants a timeout, their second timeout of the half. 7-0 run right now for Jefferson. Has the Jaguars enjoying a 7-point lead. As I was mentioning there before that putback by Feller, free throws, Jefferson, very good free throw shooting team, especially guys like Feller and Horton. We saw that certainly against Kennedy in that comeback win. Jefferson made the vast majority of their free throws. They were about 80% for the game, which for high school is very good. I just watched the Gophers last night go 12 of 27 from the line in the 40th percentile to cost them a game against Ohio State, or one of the reasons why they lost. So to have a high school team shoot 80% for the game, it wasn't like they were 4 out of 5. They had well over 20 attempts in that game. So can typically count on Jeff Evans' teams shooting well from the free throw line, and certainly they've got the guys that have shown the history to do that. One reason why Jeff Evans so good in close games throughout his career. Here's Sawyer from the elbow. Again, too strong, but another offensive rebound, this time Squires. Clock resets to 20 off the miss. Squires will launch another 3, and he'll hit another 3. So Lateef Squires, some good karma from that offensive rebound. He hits the 3 right after. Jefferson now by 10 on a 10-0 run. Beckering still looking for his first points, and he might get it. He'll go to the free throw line on a Tommy Rowland foul. So Jefferson hitting 3 threes in succession on this run. Beckering leading scorer, but a quiet night so far, 15.6 points per game. Tallies his first right there. And he makes them both. Six minutes to go, first half. Jefferson by 8, playing so far without Marcus Horton, and his team leading 17 points per game. Six-team foul on Southwest Christian, so Jefferson will be in the penalty the remainder of this first half. Squires, good fake on the 3, drop it down, Rowland, double team, ship it, Feller, open, corner, 3, no good. Good possession though for Jefferson. You can definitely live with that shot. One of your best three-point shooters with an open look. Offensive rebound this time for Southwest Christian, and cashing in on it, number 12, Jackson Remus with his first basket. Feller back the other way, sneaks inside! Counted it, another and one chance for Jefferson. Feller took the little hip check there on his way to the bucket. What a future Isaac Feller has in basketball, and as we learned in the fall, potentially football too. A lot of options for this talented, athletic, only sophomore for Jefferson. Back rim on the free throw though. Tracked down by Beckering. Poked away Squires. He's played good defense here in the first half. Off the bench for Jefferson. Volmuth coming out. Guys like Volmuth and Squires without Horton here in the first half have played some extra minutes and certainly helping Jefferson to this 8-point lead, particularly Squires with a couple of threes. Good coverage on the back door from Kelly Taylor, and a pushing foul on Squires. That's the 6th-team foul on Jefferson. So now the Stars will also be in the penalty the rest of the way. $15 on the clock for Burke. Cross-court pass deflected by Rowland. Feller bounced it off of Street and out of bounds to the Jaguars. Great deflection by the Jaguars. Rowland, and then Feller, the hustle play again for Jefferson. We've said hustle plays a few times here in the first half for the Jaguars. Bad pass there from Squires right at the feet of Kelly Taylor. Can't keep it in play. Out with 4:41 to go. Game was tied at 12, but Jefferson on a 12-4 run. Some good outside shooting. Part of that run, Jefferson with 3 threes recently to break away a little bit here after a tight opening half of the half. Beckering just hounded by Kelly Taylor, nowhere to go. Burke picked up his dribble outside the free throw line. Got it to Armitage. Clock under 10. Beckering to Burke. Clock at 5. Long contested 2, no good. Great defensive trip for Jefferson. And they get the rebound as well. On the drive, Kelly Taylor. Sawyer, floater, got it! Jack Sawyer now with 6 in the first half. Back to a 10-point Jefferson lead. Armitage not looking like he's ready to shoot there. Drops it off. Now on the inside, Beckering, double team, kick it. Burke, wing, 3, no. All Jefferson underneath. Feller, another dribble drive, tough floater, no, got his own rebound. Back up with it and in. More second chance points for Jefferson. 9 for Feller to lead the Jaguars, and a Squires foul will send Southwest Christian to the free throw line. That is the second on Squires. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Burke, but how about Jefferson? Again, so far without leading scorer Marcus Horton, it's been the hustle plays, the offensive rebounds for Jefferson. You saw it again there from Feller, and the good defense here in the first half. Squires out with the 2 fouls, Thonen back in. makes them both. Southwest Christian keeping themselves in at the line. 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. 3 to go, 10-point Jaguar lead. Sawyer comes to a stop in the lane. Beautiful under control drive from Jack Sawyer, having himself a big first half with 8 points. Jefferson by a dozen. Here's Remus, again cut off with nowhere to go. Kromendijk, baseline. Good pass underneath, found Remus on the back cut. Good movement there from Remus, continuing that drive without the ball. Push off on Sawyer, offensive foul. Remus drawing the charge. So a nice little stretch here for Remus. One of their seniors at only 5'10". It's the 8th team foul on Jefferson, but a player control foul, so no free throws. Just the first on Sawyer. Again, coming up at the half, we will have the Hall of Recognition ceremony, recognizing Steve Hill and Al Hutchinson coming up in 2 minutes of game time here at the half. A turnover intercepted by Feller. Rowland on the fast break, comes under control and lays it in. He could have gone barreling down the lane, maybe drawing a charge. Instead, Rowland comes to a stop with both feet. The patience there to lay it in, and another turnover by the Stars on the other end. Jefferson with the ball, enjoying its largest lead of the half at 12. Volmuth back in, sends it over to Feller. Still plenty of time, 20 on the clock. Volmuth baseline drive, finds a wide open Kelly Taylor. 3-pointer short. Good drive though from Volmuth and the nice dish. Remus trying to break down Volmuth, very tough, bailed out with a foul there. Trying to go between 3 guys. Lucky, honestly, Jefferson should not have reached in there. I don't know what Remus was gonna do. Would have been a very difficult shot. He will shoot they will say a 1-and-1 here. For Jackson Remus, averaging only 2.5 points per game, so he's already above that average with the 4 points. Free throw, no, and nobody's gonna outreach Thonin for that rebound. Kelly Taylor, another travel. Stars could try to go for the 2-for-1 here with 44.5 game clock, 35 shot clock. Kromendijk bounces it down. Burke got Feller in the air off the window. Doesn't get it, but it'll be more free throws for Southwest Christian. Nice move here from Burke. Getting Feller to commit. And that is the second on Feller, so he needs to be careful here in the final half minute. Might be substituted for safety as Sawyer ready to check in. Back rim for Burke. 1 of 2. 6 points for Burke in the first half. Correction, 7 for Burke. Half minute to go, shot clock off for Jefferson. They could play for the last shot, but why play for the last shot when you have a wide open layup? Tommy Rowland bounces it off the glass for 2. Final 10 seconds of the half. Burke to Streed, 3 seconds. Tollefson needing to do something. Streed didn't get it off in time. It didn't go anyway. And we've reached the end of the first half. The Jaguars have their largest lead of the game at half, 34-21. They end the half on an 18-9 run to build the lead. Balanced scoring for the Jaguars. Feller with 9, Rowland with 9, Sawyer with 8. And without Marcus Horton, at least so far in the first half, he did not play for Jefferson. Very encouraging to have the Jaguars out to a double-digit lead against Southwest Christian. It's time for our Hall of Recognition ceremony honoring Steve Hill and Al Hutchinson. We will send it courtside for that recognition ceremony.
Steve, if you would head to center court and face our Jefferson fans, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve. Center court. I'll read a little bio on Steve. Steve is in the class of 1983. Steve was a member of the 1982 state championship team. The 1982 state championship team compiled a record of 23-1, winning Jefferson's second basketball state title. As a senior, Steve averaged 13.2 points per game and 7.5 rebounds per game. The 1983 team finished the season with a 17-4 record and a Region 6 AA runner-up. Only a half-court buzzer beater by Edina prevented the Jaguars from defending their state title. As a junior and senior, Hill's combined record was 40-5. Coach Jack Evans states that Steve contributed to the success of the 1983 team in many ways, most notably as a scorer, rebounder, and a solid defensive player. After graduating high school, Steve continued his basketball career at Normandale Community College. He then went to Trinidad State Junior College, got a degree in gunsmithing, and received a degree in industrial education at the University of Minnesota. Steve became a member of the Minnesota Air National Guard and completed his undergraduate pilot training in 1990. He was hired by Delta Airlines in 1998 and is currently a captain on the Boeing 737. After 26 years of service, Steve retired from the Air National Guard as a lieutenant colonel. We thank you for your service. Steve is married to Suzanne Rice, also a 1983 Jaguar. They have 3 children, 5 grandchildren, with number 6 on the way, and they reside in Victoria. How about a nice round of applause for Steve Hill? Okay, Al Hutchison. Al Hutchison, class of 1976. Al was an integral part of the 1976 state championship undefeated team. Jefferson's 1975 team was the first squad to go to the state tournament for any program at Jefferson. They finished 24-2. The 1976 team went undefeated 27-0 and would be Bloomington Jefferson's first state title for any sport. Jefferson would defeat Hibbing, led by the infamous Kevin McHale, 60-51. Jack Evans has credited the 1975 and 1976 teams with starting the dynasty of the 1970s and 80s at Jefferson. Al averaged 13.1 points per game his senior year, scoring 353 points. Coach Jack Evans said about Al, "Hutch was a complete and very competitive player that possessed a jump shot that could be used as a model for younger developing players." Al would continue his basketball and track career at Bemidji State University. While at Bemidji, he averaged 9 points per game. He concluded his career with the season-high 29 points versus Winona State. After graduating with a business degree, he received his MBA from Mankato State. Al has been in medical device sales for almost 40 years. He is married to Luann Dieter. They have 2 children, both Jefferson graduates, Lauren, 2007, and Tony, 2012. They reside in Bloomington. Thank you, Al. Band, take it away.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
All right, back here at the half, Jefferson leading by 13 over Southwest Christian on Hall of Recognition night. Josh Powers back along with our crew and joined by one of our honorees tonight, Al Hutchinson, class of 1976. Al, what did it mean to you to be part of this kind of new Hall of Recognition for Jefferson, recognizing some of the best players in Jefferson history? What does it mean to you to be a part of that?
Josh, when Kevin reached out to me, Kevin Lynch, to tell me that I had been inducted, I was humbled beyond words. And to be a part of that is just super cool. I don't know any other way to describe it, just really cool.
Well, you're part of a big legacy at Jefferson, of course, winning the state championship in 1975. Beating, by the way, Kevin McHale.
Yes.
Obviously, winning state championship is great, but to do it against such a legendary player, everybody knew from him, maybe in lore because he was up north and you didn't really play in the same conferences and that kind of a thing.
Right.
But to not only win a state title, but to beat a Kevin McHale type player, what that season mean to you and the rest of that team?
You know, especially with the successes that Kevin had after high school, the great career he had with the U, and then going on to play with the Celtics. I mean, it was really cool. It was fun to see how well he did after high school, and to be able to say, you know, hey, we played against that guy
exactly.
and we won. So it was a pretty cool experience.
Want to talk about your family, Al. You've been basically a lifelong Bloomington resident, right?
I'm actually originally from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Grew up in Columbus, moved here in junior high school. Still a big Ohio State fan. We've got a big game Friday night.
Yeah, you do.
In football. But after moving here in junior high, pretty much have spent the rest of my life here in Bloomington, other than in college. And
sure.
My wife and I lived in Omaha for 3 years. Right after we got married, I had taken a job down there. But for the most part, we've been in Bloomington, yes.
Walk us through your basketball in college. Where did you play, and what were some of those memories for you in that part of your life?
So I played up at Bemidji State. Honestly, we didn't have two very good teams up there, but it was still college ball. You know, it was Division II ball, and I enjoyed it. I also ran track, and unfortunately, I had a pretty major hamstring injury that ended my track career. I was still able to play basketball, but I couldn't run track at the level that I was used to running. But being able to play ball up at Bemidji was a lot of fun. Good experience. You know, we got to travel around not only the state but the upper Midwest. We'd play up at Michigan Tech twice a year, and so it was once again, it was a fun experience. I'm really glad I played college basketball.
What has made you spend so much of your life in the city of Bloomington? Al, you have children that have also gone through Jefferson,
yes,
and graduated. Obviously, what has kept you in this city for so long?
Well, first of all, it's a great community, obviously, and to be quite honest with you, when I moved back here from Omaha, my wife, who is from Western Minnesota, loved the area. I was willing to go wherever she wanted to here in the Twin Cities, but she wanted to come to Bloomington, close to my parents. And honestly, that's kind of the genesis of how we came back here and have stayed here the whole time.
When you look across and you see Jeff Evans, Jimmy Williams, knowing that there's only been 2 coaches in history, I'm also a graduate. I've been doing this for 25 years.
Nice.
It feels like a family, but when you see that continuity, just to know that the son of who you played for is still there on the bench. There's only been 2 coaches. What does that say about Jefferson basketball?
Well, on a personal level, I've known Jeff Evans since he was a little kid. Obviously, I mean, he's a few years younger than I am, and that legacy, the Evans family legacy, it's kind of rare, really, when you think about it, to have a high school basketball team to be coached by a father and son for how many years? Since 1970?
Yeah.
So I think that speaks to the integrity of both of the Evanses. And and to their competence and, you know, their love for Jefferson, quite frankly.
We'll let you go here, Al, but before we let you go, what do you think of this Jaguar team? First half, they're playing without their top scorer, but it certainly hasn't hurt them on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, they're playing really well, up by 14 now. I love the hustle. There's a couple kids out there that I see diving for loose balls and that type of thing, and that's how basketball is really, the way I see it, is how it should be played, with maximum effort. And you can see that Evs has these kids playing really hard, and I love to see that.
Well, congrats, Al, on a big night for you and your family. Thanks for the few minutes here. Great to meet you.
You as well.
And enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Al Hutchinson, class of 1976. Appreciate that, and part of the growing hall of recognition here at Jefferson High School. As we've seen, Jefferson hanging on to the lead, still up 11, and they do have, as we've just see right there, Marcus Horton back in to start this second half. So no injury for Marcus, just unable to play the first half, but good to see Marcus back out and healthy in the second half. Again, 17 points per game for Jefferson. Leads them in scoring. And I'm sure he was probably one of the more happier guys on the bench to see Jefferson build that double-digit lead in the first half. Beckering, gets his own rebound. Up and in, so already 2 field goals for Beckering here in the second half after just 1 in the first half. And the lead is under 10. Jefferson will take its first time out. So a 5-0 run for Southwest Christian, with 14:34 to go here in the second half. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Final few non-conference games for Jefferson. They'll play Duluth East here on Friday. And then a bunch of road games to start the Metro West. Orono, Chaska, Chan, and Waconia all in succession. So after Friday, Jefferson is going to have to wait almost 3 weeks until their next home game before they play New Prague. But again, Metro West play will start next Tuesday. Benilde right now 7-0. You've got Orono at 5-3. They have the second best record. St. Louis Park 5-4. You've got Chaska at 4-5. Jefferson and Chan at 3-5. And Waconia right now the worst record. Again, these are all non-conference. Nobody's played a conference game yet. Waconia at 3-6. Southwest Christian, they are in the Wright County East Conference, along with Delano, Holy Family, which is not too far from Southwest Christian. You got Mound West Tonka, Jordan, Hutchinson in there. So 6 teams in that conference, kind of that fringe West Metro. Hutchinson certainly the furthest west out of those teams. Tommy Rowland on the finger roll. Momentum back for the Jaguars. Big night for Rowland, a team high 13 points, an easy finish there. Ending the 5-0 run, and a chance for the 3-point play at the line. Jefferson was 1 for 3 in the first half, now 1 for 4, but there's another offensive rebound. Kelly Taylor that time, although Volmuth can't keep it alive. Southwest Christian free throw shootings really helped them in this game. 8 out of 11 in the first half, or else that would have been a much larger deficit than 13. Intercepted, possibly by Feller, but he did knock it off of Burke's fingertips and out. Getting it back for the Jaguars. Just too many turnovers in that first half for Southwest Christian. Need to cut down that number here if they want a chance at a comeback in the second half. Feller, screen and roll, Rowland. Out to Volmuth, but intercepted. Here comes Streed. Streed, Euro step. for the finish. Second field goal for Streed, now with 5 points. 40-31, 13:25 to go. Reach in foul on Remus. Inbound, Isaac Feller has a little half of a step. Look at that! Spinning layup, not spinning, he spun it off the boards, but the gliding double pump layup for Isaac Feller. Matching Roland now with the team high and game high 13 points. Colton Cox has checked in, number 4 off of the Southwest bench, who did not see time in the first half. Away from the play, we have an offensive foul on Adam Dye, who will then check out his second foul. Beckering back in. Little pressure, top of the offensive zone for the Stars. Jefferson able to defend, or to get past it, but now a turnover. Beckering sneaks his way inside, and a blocking foul on Thonen. Luke tried to get there, but I think a good call there. He just was leaning a little bit, little late shuffle of the feet. Beckering didn't lower the shoulder or anything. Probably the right call. 2 free throws for Beckering. Just 2 points in the first half, averages 15.6. Jefferson's really done a nice job on him. Not a lot of open looks. Thonen comes out, Squires back in. That one in and out for Beckering. Squires secures it. Still a double-digit lead for Jefferson. 5.5 minutes gone by here in the half. Rolling another dribble drive. Can't get this one. Beckering on the rake and take. All the way to the basket. Braden Beckering starting to heat up. Already 7 points in this half, up to 9 for the game. And this is as close as Southwest Christian has been since under 10 minutes left in the first. Squires! His third 3. Lateef has been reining him in tonight. 5 threes now for Jefferson. Beckering fouled. So he's getting some more room to work with here in the second half offensively. Now Squires will have to come out. That's his 4th foul. Actually, he'll stay in there for now, so he needs to be careful. Kelly Taylor had literally just checked out. Wanted to check back in for Squires, and they say, no, you have to wait till the next whistle. So Squires needs to be careful with 4. Good defense there on the drive. No room for Cox. He did bounce it off of Feller to keep possession, and now Kelly Taylor allowed to come back in for Squires. Open is Remus. No good on the 3. Cox, though, battling for the offensive rebound. Kromendijk open from the corner. No, another chance, though. Burke. Kick it back to Cox. Beckering on the wing. Kromendijk will launch again, and this one good. First 3 for Tyler Kromendijk. Just the second 3-point make of the night for the Stars. Back within 8. Interesting, Horton had played the first couple minutes and now has been out the next few. Open is Volmuth, his three is short. There's Kelly Taylor again. Blocked on the inside by Kromendijk. On the run, Burke. Leaning, great defense, Feller. But it'll stay here. Boy, that looked like, certainly, I don't think Feller got a piece of it. Southwest Christian fortunate there. That was really good defense from Isaac Feller. In toward Armitage, but it's stolen away by Tommy. Feller, quick first step. Comes to a stop. Volmuth just missed a three. Doesn't want to take another one. Rowland, little shimmy down the lane. Kick it to Feller. Dribble drive and held by Tollefson. Fourth foul on the Stars. Jefferson has already committed 5 as a team, so just one more to give. Could be a lot of free throws in the final 10 minutes. Down low, Rowland, triple team, Volmuth, wide open, three, in and out. Rebound taken down by Tollefson. Tollefson kicks it out, Cox. Good defense from Feller, 15 on the clock. Kromendijk nowhere to go, pivoting, finds Armitage with under 10. Tollefson, Kromendijk, ball fake, 3 on the clock. Kromendijk, floater, basket, and the foul. Late shot clock play from Tyler Kromendijk. The Stars are within 6, trailed by 14 in this half. Free throw rattling in and out. Sawyer takes it down. Horton back in with the ball for Jefferson. On a scoreless night so far for the Jaguars' leading scorer who did not play in the first half. Averaging 17.5 per game, pushing foul on Cox. 5th on the team. Now they announced Colton Max, that's what our graphic has. I'm looking at a printout that says Colton Cox, so we will go ahead and change that. Colton also not listed in any of the team statistics on the Minnesota State High School League site. So we'll go with the in-house announcement of Colton Max that matches our graphic. Meanwhile, Rowland the miss, but 2 Southwest players colliding and they can't keep it alive. So the Jaguars will get it back with a reset shot clock of 20. Timeout taken by Jefferson. Each team with 3 timeouts left. Midway through the second half here on Hall of Recognition night, Jefferson leading Southwest Christian 45-39 here on BEC-TV. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Thanks for spending some of this chilly Tuesday night with us. And thanks for Al Hutchinson for stopping by. You just saw in your camera view there the other Hall of Recognition member tonight, Steve Hill, class of 83. Al, class of 76 here at Jefferson, added to the Hall of Recognition. We'll have another one in February. There'll be a class of 6 being inducted there in the game against Waconia, which will also be on a Tuesday, February 18th. We will have that game for you on BEC-TV as we have a Jaguar offensive foul. They have seen their 14-point lead cut down now to 6, and the Stars get a chance to cut into it further. A little full court man-to-man pressure here from Feller. Shot clock for some reason at 10, and the officials just saw that same thing. I think they were looking up to see it was fairly close to a 10-second violation, and they were looking to verify that, and when they did, they saw the clock was under 10, and of course that's not correct with a 35-second shot clock. So they're deciding right now how much time to put back on the clock. Should be, I would think, about 26 or so. They've got 29. Okay, I can live with that. It's in the ballpark. Beckering on the drive against Horton. He'll kick it. Streed launches 3, well short, but they get another offensive rebound. They've had a few more of those here in the second half than they did in the first. Tollefson, in and out 3, but look at Streed. The height advantage on Horton. Reaches over the top to get the rebound and draws the foul. Tough there for Horton at 6 foot, going against Streed at 6'6". 8th team foul on Jefferson. The Stars in the bonus the rest of the way. Street gets the bounce now with 6. Jefferson led 38-24. The Stars on a 17-7 run. The lead down to 4 for Jefferson was still 8.5 minutes. Feller around Tollefson, and he gets grabbed on the way into the lane. Last foul to give for the Stars, so now Jefferson will be in the 1-and-1 with the next free throw. So like I mentioned, gonna be a lot of free throws, it appears, here in the final stretch of this one. Squires playing with those 4 fouls. Been big off the bench with 3 threes. Sawyer to Kelly Taylor. He'll drive, spin off of Beckering. Kelly Taylor couldn't quite finish the layup on a beautiful move. Beckering on the drive around Sawyer. He's able to finish, plus the foul can cut it to 1. Nine and a half for Beckering. He figured he would bounce back after a tough first half. Their leading scorer playing like it here in the second. And it is a 1-point game. A 20-7 run for the Stars. Sawyer off the curl. Hands it to Horton, still looking for his first points. Sawyer, top of the key. 3-pointer rattles in. First 3 for Sawyer. 6 the Jaguars. Beckering doesn't get the whistle this time. Rotated, Armitage, corner! The answer for Armitage, his first 3 and his first points of the game. Sawyer again will launch. This one misses. back to the Stars, who can take their first lead since they led 12-9 midway through the first half. Into a wide open man, they lost him. Streed on a defensive lapse gets the layup, and the Stars have come back from 14 down. Timeout Jefferson. What a response here from the Stars in the second half. $13 for Kromendijk, 12 now for Beckering. And for Jefferson, after a great start to the first half, they limited Southwest Christian to just 6 field goals in the first half. They have 10 already in the second half. Again, the free throw shooting probably kept them in it. They were 8 out of 11, the Stars, from the line in the first half. Jefferson led by 13 at the break. Southwest Christian has responded here in the second. See if Jefferson can get Marcus Horton going again. He sat out the first half, but still has yet to score in the second half since he's been in there. An extended 24-7 run. Sorry, 28-10 run for the visitors to overtake Jefferson, leading by a point. Horton reluctant to shoot there, still plenty of time on the clock. Gets a screen from Roland. Kelly Taylor, baseline, and a charge. He might have been okay, except Kelly Taylor lowering that shoulder. Remember, we saw in the first half that a close one where a Jaguar player, Roland, did not lower the shoulder, was not called a charge. There you lower the shoulder, it just gives that official a reason to go in favor of the guy on the block. So now Southwest Christian can extend the lead. They've only had a couple leads in this game. Their largest has been 12-9. Here's Streed, guarded by Horton. They don't get the tie up there. Beckering, floater off the window, no. Jefferson gets a fortunate bounce there, as that could have easily gone the other way and dropped in. Good ball movement. Feller on the post up. Extra pump fake. They will wave it off. It will not count, as you see the foul right there before he goes up. Probably would have counted in the NBA, but not in high school. It does, though, put Jefferson in the 1-and-1, and Feller, a very good free throw shooter, to the line. We talked about it in the first half. We saw it at Kennedy. If you can get Horton and Feller shooting a bunch of free throws in the final 5 minutes of a game, things are probably going to go pretty well for you. And he swishes the first one. Game high 14 for the sophomore. Jefferson back in front. Kromendijk challenging Squires with 4 fouls, left it short. Squires the rebound. Good defense there from Squires without fouling. Horton drives, floater, may have been deflected. Feller the rebound, he's going right back to the line. I think Street got a piece of it as it came up well short, but Feller saw what was happening in the right spot, and this will be a two-shotter for Isaac Feller. And boom, 3 in a row for the sophomore. Jefferson 1 out of 3 from the line in the first half, and now 3 out of 4 in this half. All 3, and now all 4 makes coming from Feller. 5 minutes to go. Should be a good finish here from Jefferson High School. Another high pass. This time Armitage is able to keep it in play. Burke on the drive. Squires coming over for the double team, and a foul. I think this will be on Volmuth. And it is. That would have been the 5th on Squires, but you saw in the replay he was in very good defense position straight up. Not sure Volmuth made a lot of contact there either, but Burke gets the whistle, and double bonus for Southwest Christian. Burke scoreless in the second after 7 in the first half. Gets the second, 2-point Jaguar lead. Roland, can Jefferson get him going? 13 for the game, 4 in this half. Horton quite a ways out from the 3-point line, 12 on the shot clock for Jefferson. Horton wants a screen from Squires. Horton, isolation on Beckering. Streed gets a piece of it. Back-to-back possessions with a block shot from Streed. Beckering, that is a block on Horton. That could have been a charge, but especially with that little elbow on the push-off. Close one there, but Beckering gets the benefit. That's the 3rd foul on Horton, so no points and 3 fouls in this half for Horton. In and out, Squires the rebound. Southwest Christian 14 out of 22 from the free throw line in this game. Open is Feller, and he connects on a long 2. Feller working on a great night, he's got 19. Beckering splits Jaguar defenders on a great move, and then the teardrop. What a second half for Beckering. Horton finds a space, in and out on the 3. Armitage the rebound. Kromendijk 2-on-2, out of control, and a travel. Good defense for Moore. There was a little contact there, but Kromendijk did not do himself any favors on that drive. So Jefferson takes the lead. Approaching 3 minutes to play. They just get it to Volmuth. He'll pass on the 3. Horton baseball passes it over to Feller. Floater, no. Rebound Burke. Kromendijk again on the move. Again he'll drive. This time, discretion the better part of valor as he kicks it out. Armitage in the lane, turned it over. He was surrounded. Probably should have pulled that one back out. So Jefferson with the turnover. 2.5 minutes to go. Inside, Rowland pivoting, kicks it. Feller, great catch. Right back in, Volmuth finds an open player. It's Horton. Horton, difficult shot, no good. And David Flom wants a timeout. Each team with 2 left. The arrow right now favors Jefferson. Both teams are in the bonus. Jefferson has 1-1 left. Stars are in the double bonus. Josh Powers alongside our crew. Headed for a exciting finish for sure in this one, at least what it looks like right now, with 2:13 to go. Jefferson has led most of the way. They led by 13 at the half. They led by as many as 14 in the second. But the Stars, as you can see, have battled back. They've led by as many as 3. That was back in the first half. Jefferson ahead by 1 right now on Hall of Recognition night. Jefferson's leading scorer, Marcus Horton, did not play in the first half, has been held scoreless here in the second. He averages 17 points per game, but Jefferson has gotten a big night from Feller with 19, also chipping in Rowland in double figures with 13, and Sawyer also with 11 for Jefferson to lead the way offensively. For the visitors, it's been Beckering with a big second half, 15 in the game, 13 of those coming in the second, and Kromendijk with 13 points for the Stars. Into Beckering. I would try to get 11 the ball if I was David Flom. Here in the side the 2 minutes, and that's what they do on the block. Comes to a stop, kicks it, Kromendijk from the wing. The lead for Southwest Christian. Big make Kromendijk now with the team high 16. Does Jefferson have an answer? Offensive foul on Volmuth. Maybe gave a little bit of a shove, but boy, typically on a moving screen, you've got to have a little bit more contact than that. Costly turnover for Jefferson. And now 90 seconds to play. Jaguars need a stop. .15 on the clock. Right now, Kromendijk working on Feller, and a timeout. David Flom did not like that possession. Still with 10 on the clock. Wasn't much going on. He'll burn one more to go. Taken there by the former coach of Eden Prairie, spent 17 years there. Again, we mentioned in the first half, you can Google why his time at Eden Prairie came to a close, a little bit of controversy there. But now in his first season with Southwest Christian. So a critical possession here for Jefferson defensively. Again, 10 seconds will be on the clock to start this possession. And you'll think you would put Squires on Beckering, but we'll find out once they break the huddle. Beckering had that big assist on the last possession, kicking it out for that go-ahead 3. by Kromendijk. Kromendijk will inbound. It'll be Horton on Beckering. With 10 to go on the clock, a minute 13 for the game. High screen. Beckering, nowhere to roll. Clock at 2, has to launch, he made it. Great defense from Jefferson, better offense from Beckering, and now a 4-point lead inside of a minute. Feller kicks it to Rowland down the lane. Horton, Marcus floating, no. Streed the rebound. Gets rid of it to Beckering. Probably want to make somebody, I'd foul Armitage right there. They can't foul him in time. They're basically forced to foul Beckering with 32.1. Remember, the Stars are in the double bonus. What a shot from Braden Beckering under duress, fading away. Front end gets the bounce. He's got a team high 18, 16 in the second half. Free throw spins out. Still a 2-possession game. Jefferson needs to move quickly. They lob it to Horton, still scoreless, step back. 3, no. Squires the rebound. The putback misses. Street has it. 10 to go. Kromendijk, they can't catch him yet. And a foul. The Stars are going to come back from 14 down in the second half to win it tonight. And a rough second half for Horton. Again, he did not play in the first half. Leading scorer for Jefferson, 4 fouls and no points in the second. Kromendijk instrumental in this comeback with now 17 points, hit the go-ahead 3 with under 2 minutes to go. That one no good, but this one in the books. A stunning comeback for Southwest Christian. Trailing by 14, they come all the way back to defeat Jefferson here on the first of 2 Hall of Recognition nights, 60-54, the final. Great game for Isaac Feller, a game-high 19 points, but just not enough offense for Jefferson in the second half. Nobody else with more than 4 points in the second half. And it was Kromendijk and Beckering leading the way for Southwest Christian, finishing with 18 and 17 points respectively. Second win of the season for the Stars. They're now 2-4. Jefferson falls to 3-6. Again, we'll have that second Hall of Recognition game coming up in February. That'll be on the 18th. Waconia will be the opponent. We'll have 6 more inductees into the Jaguar Hall of Recognition. Tough second half for Jefferson. Again, our final tonight. Southwest Christian 60, Jefferson 54. For our BEC-TV crew, this is Josh Powers saying good night from Jefferson High School.